we go.
Where are we going?
We're cutting off.
Yeah, we're cutting off what?
Parts. Parts.
Is that how the appropriate use of a saw?
Yes, it's a very appropriate use
You're
of a
not
saw.
holding it correctly.
You have not watched enough horror films.
You're not holding it correctly.
I am holding it just
No,
fine.
you're supposed to hold it like a gun. Like this. So it can be a line. Here, let me show you how
Here,
to
let
hold
me
it.
just whack you with it.
I think that's an appropriate use right there.
But the correct use of how you hold the saw is like this. So you have control in all directions. If you hold it like this, you don't know what the saw is doing in this direction. You have to hold it like this.
Okay.
Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of the Urban Homesteading channel. If today is your first time visiting with us, I want to extend to you a very warm welcome and invite you to watch any of our almost 500 videos that we've arranged for your convenience in playlists, as we are confident you're going to find something both entertaining and informational. If you've been here before but you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Do subscribe. If today is your birthday, we want to wish you a very happy birthday. Today we're going to show you another video that we filmed while we're in the 2020 coronavirus crisis. Should we use the word crisis?
No. We are
No.
not allowed to use that word.
Situation.
And of course our videos are getting slightly harder to do because we're running out of material and things we can do when we don't go around and we don't get any inspiration. We cannot buy things to refurbish because all the second-hand stores are closed. So it limits a little bit our ability to do things. So then we're going to build a very simple project that will also teach you the fundamentals of woodworking and making boxes and frames. And hopefully it's going to be very useful for you, and it's something you can do with very minimal tools. In fact, we use a handsaw and we use our basic, I forget what it's called. Is it a circular saw? It's a circular saw, right?
Yeah, it's your small circular saw.
The duck life, yeah.
And a square.
Well, yeah, very,
And a
very
pencil.
basic tools.
And
you
a pencil.
And another handsaw. We use two handsaws actually.
Yeah.
We use the metal cutting handsaw to cut corks, which is, amazing.
Well, we had lots of corks.
Yes, and we didn't have the right tools.
Because especially during our, seclusion, we're enjoying
Corona isolation.
bottles of wine.
Yes, I know. I'm a very ethereal person. Sorry.
We'll be having wine after this.
We are?
Yes.
Okay, good. So stick around and we're going to... Okay, let's try this again. So stick around and we're going to show you how we're going to build this.
So Mrs. Woodworker is going to just say something that'll make Mr. Woodworker jump out of his socks.
And that would be...
And that is, this would be a great time to have a bandsaw. But in these times, these strange times of crisis, we're getting very creative at using what we've got. Right?
Sure. You want to use what you call it? Creative woodworking. Puzzle down. One down, how many to go?
All right. It's an earthquake.
And if you're into model railroading, this could be a great material to put in your scenery. I don't think we have use for it, but it looks very nice. Look at that. Looks like a lumber yard with all the logs cut off, and maybe my imagination is going wild in this.
With brand names on the logs.
Well, ignore the brand names in the logs. But anyway, a little layout work, just to get a general idea and make sure that our initially, and by our I mean Mrs. Woodworker's initial design works. And this is a project that dry fitting is always a great idea, correct?
That one too short.
Yeah, it's a shorter one.
It's a good thing you two like puzzles.
Yeah. Who doesn't like a puzzle?
I don't. But then if you made a perfect arrangement, how you will remember what it was?
It doesn't matter. We're doing dimension now to make sure we have it the right size.
Dimension. And this is where imagination comes, playing with different orientations and things of this nature, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
All right, so we've got all of the corks that we can fit into a space that we have material for. And we've got them all lined up in a configuration that's pleasing, but they won't stay exactly like this. I'll probably rearrange them so that the design is, you know, the way the brands are displayed is a little bit better. But what we're doing right now is just sizing the item that we're making. So we have to make sure that we have enough material. So we're using what's going to be the edge of the piece, which is a 1/2 inch wide. It's a 1/2 inch, so we're going to have a 1/2 inch border all the way around. And so we're using it to line everything up to make sure that the border, before we cut our plywood, we want to make sure we have everything lined up and we've got the right dimensions. So we're using this to create a border both on the side that'll match up with the edge of the plywood and then also up at the top. So we know we need to have a 1/2 inch overhang, top and bottom. And so we can, yeah, go ahead. Just lining it up to make sure it's flush with the edge of the board here.
We might need the square. This
Okay.
doesn't look like this. So this is flush with this end, but if you want to line the square of that to make sure that that end is square before you mark it. Is it square? Okay. And then I know that this side is marked at the 1/2 inch, so do you want to mark that side? Line this up. And make it flush with the... Do you want to push it all the way to the edge so we can make it square, or are you going to make it square with the square?
I'm not sure I can do it with this.
Mark on the inside.
Oh, that's not a
That's
square.
That's not
No,
a
it's
good
not.
So you have to go up on top.
one. Okay.
And And you can turn it the way you have to turn it around in the other direction, but
Okay. So that's square.
Yeah, that's square.
Okay. So then I want to mark the outside line here, right?
okay.
So now we need to mark this where we want to cut it.
We need to mark the outside line on this as well, because I marked the inside line. No, for this side. Because this is going to be our cut line. We've got it in the 1/2 inch here, but I need to mark a 1/2 inch on this side.
Definitely this has been a very useful tool, hasn't it?
Yep.
Need a little, I mean, it's good, but it needs a little bit of.
Line that up for him.
Put it on top of it, love, so we have a stop for the. Okay. Tell me when you're ready.
Okay, lift your fingers. No. Just your fingers.
Come on.
Go ahead.
So now we're placing the 2 long side pieces that we cut into the portion where we have our base lined up, and we're going to mark where the smaller pieces need to be cut. And this is so that we can assure a tight fit of the pieces. Really nice seams coming together. And so this, because it's going to be on the inside, is going to be lined up with the inside of that. And then likewise we're going to mark on the inside line on the opposite side. And again, we're using a really fine pencil to make sure we're getting a nice mark.
And we're using our hand saw because it has the least curve.
Curve, right.
So we're wasting the least amount of material.
And for this, because the blade is fairly thin, we're lining it right up on the mark.
This is our piece, so we want.
Okay, but we have to line right on the mark because we have virtually not just the slice towards this side. Is it correct?
Yeah.
That would be hard.
Hold on, don't start yet.
I'm not starting. Tell me when you're ready. And we have this extra. Wow.
That's called good measuring.
We don't know yet.
Well, the pieces are fitting pretty well.
And now Miss Woodworker will be thrilled to say that we probably need to hit it a little bit with a sanding block.
I'm very thrilled to hear you say that.
I don't mean it.
We are aligned.
Huh?
We are aligned.
Okay.
It's looking good. So we'll do some sanding, and also then we'll cut out the plywood.
One of our reverse things again. What do you think we can damage also?
Or me. Yeah.
We won't damage you. What are you doing?
She's being fun.
don't think it's a bad cut. Let's test it. Let's take it again for. Okay. And I think the last time we had two.
Okay.
Huh?
Pretty good.
Last time we had very long things on the tack gun, so we probably need smaller to attach the. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Give me the little wrench, please.
They're in the miter box.
It's new sanding bricks.
Looks like. But we're getting our use out of them, aren't we?
Oh yeah.
I don't think she sanded the small one yet.
It looks pretty good. Okay, and we've done our dry fit of the border, and now we're going to align it. We're going to attach it to the backing plate, and then we're going to fill the area with the cork. Anything else? And align it. Lay it hard down. See? How fine is this? Yeah, that will work. So I'm trying to remember, it goes right and left, or I guess it makes no difference, right? Because and one more on the other side. Now, do you want to do the other or just the two parallels? I think if we do that, this direction would be better, so we make the tightest fit. So we can use that as a support.
Wait, please.
Wait. You tell me when you're ready.
No, no. Yeah.
Okay. Let's do the other side, the other tall side, and then
We get a tissue paper. I'm on meat. Okay. Oh, that's not it. Okay. And last but not least, and the reason we go from the back, even though it's a little more complicated, is because we'll avoid to have anything on the front, any nail, Not
right?
only that, but you make sure that your the brads go all the way through this, you know, all the way through to connect the two pieces. If we had done it from the top side, these brads would fall very, very close to not going through the plywood.
Tell me when you're ready. I want me to go here first. Okay. Tell me, are you ready? There?
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, this is also the same way you will use to make a raised box to display something. You know, you will finish it, but you can put like a silver dollar in the middle, dollar in the middle or something to display it, right? You see what I mean?
Yep.
And I don't think we had enough to do miter corners, but you can definitely do miter corners in a project like this.
Or Marty corners.
I don't know
Either
what the
one.
Marty corner is, but you know, you could do it. So we're doing a little bit of dry feeding. Corks, of course, are not perfect in dimension, so we have to play a little around them to make sure we get the best fit out of them, right?
Mm-hmm. Also, we want a little variety in the way the corks with what they're displaying are
Their logos.
yeah, the logos are displayed. And they're, you know, they're being a little specific about how they want to sit here. But that's okay. They can be specific if they want to.
So how many days we've been in shelter-in-place orders? Is that week 3 or week 4?
Week 4.
It's almost like a puzzle, isn't it? Since you like puzzles.
Kind of like a puzzle.
Not 4,000 piece ones, but you know.
They're gonna be snug, which is good.
Are you enough having?
Yeah, why not? You'll notice a repeating pattern of certain brands, and that just means we really enjoyed it. And let me go get the
So we
rest.
decided to change the orientation because we want this to be in a portrait orientation, and the way we had them before, it just didn't look right to us. Again, I don't think that's important, it's a matter of taste. The process is the same, so we're not going to show you the whole thing. We'll come back when the dry fitting is finished, and we're going to start attaching them. So stick around. And now we're going to start gluing them, and to do that we just take each out, apply glue good, we place it in and go to the next one so we don't lose position. So go ahead.
Are you planning to stain this or leave it natural?
Probably leave it natural at this point.
Okay.
Now the process is the same for all of them. Nothing really changes, so we will show it to you when we are done. Do we have enough glue?
Yeah, how one other thing of glue inside.
This is our finished product. We're going to only add something to hang it on the wall, and we might add magnets to have it attached to the refrigerator, but you can in essence see the idea. And of course you can have it the other orientation. We just prefer this specific orientation, and it is a nice little project that will help you pass a couple of hours during the sheltering home order, right? I mean, how long it took us? Probably no more than 2 hours, an hour and a few minutes.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it will give you something useful and that you can use in your house to communicate with your family members that by now, probably after 4 weeks, they don't want to talk to you face to face.
Yeah, and when this whole thing is over and kids go back to school, somebody could put it in their locker to pin up notes on, or, you know, various other things around the house.
And we didn't use pins for this because right now I don't think that the glue is completely dried, and if we use pins, I'm afraid it's going to take the cork out if we try to take it. But of course, the idea behind the cork is that you can use pins on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want me to lift it again, or it's okay? So this is our short sew for today. We did hope you enjoyed the sew, and if you did, we ask you to smash that like button. If you didn't, the other button works as well, but if you do press it, the coronavirus crisis will last longer.
Okay, you lose points. You just said the word again.
Share, like, subscribe, and let us know what you would like to see in our channel in the coming weeks and months and years. And stay healthy, friends. From the Garage Wizard, Mrs. Wizard, Elpida, and the Urban Homesteading Channel, we want you to stay safe, have fun, enjoy this time, and happy Easter. Have fun, friends. Have friends fun.